Welcome to the Field of Streams, where every week I, your host Janine McRae, read a short piece of my writing to you so that you don't have to. You're welcome. I can't promise you much with these missives, but I can promise you this. I won't, typically, keep you long. Keep them short, bingeable, listenable. That's the Field of Streams promise. Today's missive was inspired by the elements themselves, as determined by our bacchanalian chums, the Greeks. Air, water, fire, earth, and that gorgeous fifth element, ether. In this riveting piece, I examine these elements as they relate to the creative persona and what each element gives us in our pursuit of making the things that we do. The too long didn't read version of this setup would be, do foundational elements of a creative persona exist? If so, how do they work? If this is your first time listening to an episode of this podcast, let me just say that some episodes, like this one, have a video companion that takes a deeper dive into the post and its inspirations. The link is in the description if you want to look at that. Come on, Janine, get on with it. Okay, sit back, relax, as I read to you a piece of my writing called The Elements of Your Style. You feel the tendrils of its exhale curling around your ankles and screwing invisible barbs into your flesh. The wind. The angry air. It finds no barrier to its task. There are no doors closed to it, no walls capable of withstanding its influence. It pulls and pushes at your imagination, urging you to the edge of sanity with its howl and bellow. Such a thing is air. Such a thing is this. You are on the knife-edged precipice of sigh or cry. You are a leaf, a paper cup, a poorly secured garden shed with lifted lid and no defences. It is relentless, this wind. You are both a victim and beneficiary of its vices. It loves too hard and elevates too emphatically. It flings you toward the direction of success with no thought of flying debris. Pressures drop, change, shift. It is a bottle-shaped bravery, and you, merely the egg, sucked into its enthusiastic embrace. New air, another day, a gale, a flurry, a hurricane. This wind's purpose is to hurl you to the stage of speak and express and boast, even as you'd rather stand still saying nothing against the wall of sameness. It is air with intent, air on a mission, air set on ripping the corrugated iron from ego to expose the real of real. No clothes, no shelter, no protection. To breathe it is to live it, to get caught on the updraft, in the edge of the tornado, flung wildly from the spin. You are a spider ballooning with your gossamer in tow to surf the atmosphere, uncontained, uncontrolled. You are altering the windsocks of the world with your ever-changing shifts. The exhalation of creation scatters. Direction is determined by the spin of the vane. Our creative wind, this arbitrary air, picks us up and puts us where we need to be, in the jet stream of the universe, in the gas of this galaxy. What is this? This is purpose, one breath of many. Water is air minus malice, with a splash of unpredictability. It surprises itself with the constant swirl and flow of its current, with its power to erode your landscapes while filtering out the imperfections of the world. It is the great cleanse, the washing away of all good and evil in the bathtub of your brain. Water must be read. Water must be divined. It must be awed gently. To damn it is to anger it. To waste it is to disrespect. Water is life. Thoughts slip under the surface and whirl and gurgle and are lost down the drain. There are dark puddles of unknown depths to splash and frolic in, many filled with the brackish water of dangerous liaisons, muddied notions, and unforgiving actions. Wash, soap, scrub. Call on your clean water to rinse away the mess. Floods of disapproval will recede, even as you thrash and signal to the bank, sad clothes sagging under the weight of self-loathing, touching skin with slimy kelp. When the fogginess gets too much, shrug off your lying robes and expose your naked skin to the purity of water. Float in quiet reverence, buoyed by hope, drifting in the bath, sailing on the sea. Ask yourself, am I drowning or being baptized? A brain is 75% water. Earth is 71%. Celery, 95%. Can celery think? Can celery grow a coral reef? Does celery dream of a career on Broadway? A Pulitzer? An Ivor Novello? Your water is enough. You are better than celery. Water flows, water ebbs, water cascades and waterfalls and trickles and drips. It chokes and drowns and hydrates and enriches. Water erodes with its turbulence. Water dissolves weaker solids. Water powers whole cities with the churn of its personality. It is float and it is flow. This is movement in a fluid state, albeit a fearful one. There, between moments of panic and bliss, the shape of you becomes the shape of water. With water in your being, you wear away at the landscape, dissolving misconceptions. What is this? This is persistence. This is the continual swim in the ocean of potential and catastrophic failure. Here comes the flame, a flame that takes its tongue to the shell of you to lick the outline away, flaying skin and searing in the scar of it. The fire finds fuel in the quiet, oxygen-rich corners of your doubt. With a whoosh, it consumes it as a service to the onward creep of energy. Feel the inferno of completion, the rage of jealousy, the burn of deception. Feel it as layers are burnt off like fog on the bay on a lazy San Francisco afternoon. It is constant, the catching alight with fast and intense enthusiasm, ideas, and the double cross of possibility. You burn brightly and hot and then right down to the ashes in your makeshift fire ring. Scavengers kick around in the ashes, finding small embers and disintegrating bark. You gather your ash and assemble the char and the wisdom to rise again, reborn, anew, splitting apart, burning down, rising up, crackling in the night with a snap and an echo that can be heard all the way back to high school. The fire rages on. Your haze can be seen from a world away. Oxygen, fuel, and heat. With determined joy, it races down the mountain, through the valley, on its search for the new fuel of your latest whim. You feel the warmth of it at your back as you run, excited. You are a firebug. You lit the fire. You are forever lighting fires that burn you down to the very wick. Smoke signals on the horizon say, I am burning at 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. I am the centre of my own sun. No controlled burn. No fire lines and suppressive materials. You will burn until you burn yourself out, and then you will rise again. Again, as always. What is this? This is production. The burning down to build again from the combustion of your mind. On Earth, this Earth, it's elemental, stable, secure, and true. You are planted firmly in the soil of its foundation. Your body, your mind, your reality. Set fast like a tree, like a rock, like a pyramid. Order from disorder, you are firm in your rotation, wobbling on your axis to maintain your ceaseless spin. The shape of you is not perfect, but continues to terraform and evolve with the guidance of your trembling hand, pushing thought lava from your brain, creating earthquakes from your faults that shake the picture frames on your wall before settling to the regular calm. It is in constant motion. The inhabitants of your earth live upon your surface, admire your vistas, marvel at your oceans, and find support in your geological countenance. But this earth supports you best. As each rotation occurs, as people and things and places and time come and go, you add more sediment and layers to the experience of it. Your crust hardens and crumbles and reseals and settles. It breathes a gentle, earthly sigh before firming up beneath your feet to steady your amble, your run, your jump. You mine the rich seams of your life, this earth, and create from it, building, building, building. This layer pain, this layer love, this layer work and conversations that lead to nothing. Your core is forever warm. On your surface, your skin is rich, and you, the grateful gardener, seem to have been blessed with a never-ending supply of seeds. What is this? This is presence, the natural order of the means of your survival. The fifth element, ether, space, filling the empty pockets of God's genes between the universe and the terrestrial sphere. This is the beyond in which you play, an expanse, the room filled with room. Taking all the elements and throwing them nowhere for no one and nothing and finding everything. The unknowing sky, the dark and bottomless space. The void. This is where you fly, you float, you ignite and land. Without this invisible cauldron, where would you be? A thought kite detached from a nervous hand, dangerously drifting toward a charged and hungry power line? Possibly. Maybe. Who knows? Aether. Everywhere and nowhere. What is this? This is a place for nothing to reside forever. The natural home of the dreaming. The creative heart, your style, is held together, pushed apart, beaten up in roaring waters, raised to the ground, and scattered to the air to float into a billion tiny pieces. It reassembles itself in new and brilliant configurations every time, forever changed, forever the same, forever beating and throbbing and ticking wildly in the cage. It is both wild and domesticated, stretching and expanding with exponential glory within your standard issue human chest. You create using each of the elements at your disposal to express your heart's yearnings to the world, learning all there is to know, dying in the criticism, alive in the make. Air, water, fire, earth, ether. You burn, you fly, you drown and get dirty. You continue to find yourself in the gaps between the dream and the execution, always, always, always in your element, always elemental. Or who knows? Maybe it's all Greek to you. And there you have it, today's episode. Here's another Easter egg. In the online version of this piece of writing, the words, maybe it's all Greek to you, linked to an official-ish explanation of the Greek's perspective on the elements. I put a link in the description of this episode, along with that deeper dive link to the Behind the Streams video that I mentioned earlier. Enjoy. I hope you'll join me again next time. These little missives are designed to show people that inspiration can come from anywhere, so you may as well just get out there and make something of your own. If you enjoy my writing, please be sure to subscribe to the Stream newsletter at janinemccrae.substack.com, and until next we meet, I'll leave you with this. Love what you love, and I'll see you out there making stuff.